Hey everyone, Monica Fernandes with Evolution Essentials here. In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 things to focus on to minimize the stress of online dating if you're a woman in your 40s. That's right, ladies. Today, I'm going to talk about these 4 things. Online dating is stressful enough. I want to kind of minimize that experience for you because the whole thing is already like daunting. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. You know I am. So the first thing that you need to focus on is your image. And I mean your photos, how you portray yourself, and how to appear authentic. That's not just in photos, but also in the things that you write in your profile. Depending on what app you're using, what website you're using, you might have more or less space to write. So you don't want to disclose way too much information, but you want to create a profile that's going to really be appealing in general for the type of person that you want to attract. In terms of your pictures, I actually did a video that I talk more about the mistakes in terms of the pictures. So if you want to watch that, right here is the 4 mistakes not to make in your online dating profile to avoid a lot of stress and heartache. But so have really great photos of you here and portray yourself in the manner that you see yourself. So be authentic, and that should get you a really good, solid profile and sort of starting point in your online dating. If you've already been doing online dating, look at your profile and try to refresh it somehow. You don't want to something that you wrote like a few months ago, you may look at it and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I wrote that. Or, oh my God, that picture is terrible. So you want to make sure that you bring forth your best version of you and that you're really happy with your profile, because that's kind of like your calling card. That's like your business card for online dating, if you will. So you want to make sure that it really reflects you. So number 2 is intentions. And when I talk about intentions, I'm talking about really a deep dive on what you want. That means clarity on what you want. And number 2, your values. Be really clear about your values, because I find that values, if the values are not the same, if you're not sharing the same values with someone, that really is a breaking thing. It's not going to work. I can guarantee you that. You cannot compromise your worth. You can't compromise your values. Your values are kind of like your morals and your foundational principles and how you lead your life. If you're somebody that believes wholeheartedly on something and you can't imagine yourself with someone that believes the exact opposite, that right there should filter out people that you don't want and bring to you to manifest in your reality people that are more in line with your value vibe, if you will. If you haven't done already and you're really enjoying this, why don't you just hit this red button right here, subscribe, and that way you're notified every time I upload a new video. Number 3 thing to focus on is expectations. And this is a big one because your expectations are yours alone. You want to set your expectations for yourself, not too high, but not too low. Be really open-minded. You want to be flexible, but you don't want to compromise your values, like I said before. So for example, if you want a monogamous relationship, you want a serious monogamous relationship, don't compromise with someone that wants to be pollinating different households, if you know what I mean. Be really clear on expectations and don't try to project all your expectations on your first date, because that really will scare guys off. We women tend to be a little bit maybe demanding, probably a lot more assertive, and have high expectations of what we want. And that just because we are powerful beings. We are empowered, we are independent, we are beautiful, we are ourselves. And in your 40s, already totally developed, you know what you want. You're not going to settle for mediocre, if you know what I mean. So you want something that is really going to vibe with you. And for that, I don't want you to project all of that at once. I really want you to take in. So not just share what you want, but also listen for that person, for that potential partner of yours. If this really stresses you out, I did a video right here on the stress of online dating for a woman in her 30s and 40s. You can check that out later. So number 4 to focus on is time. You need to really decide on how much time you're going to spend doing this, how much time you think that is being wasted. And you don't want to be giving people that are not deserving your time, because time is money, as people say. And here, time has a value that you can't get back, because you are looking for that partner, that perfect partner for you. And time is an exchange that you can't really get back. So choose short dates. Coffee or a drink are great, public places, and don't spend too much time messaging online or texting. It's just not a good thing. You don't want to do that too much. And also, speaking of texting, I would not share your personal phone number. If you can, get a separate number on a texting app that is not linked to any personal information. That means your job or your location or your home address. You really don't want to be tracked down like that. You want to have the confidence and safety that you are in this process to win. And for that to happen, I want you to be private about your phone number until you trust that person and you're just dating that one person that you're giving it a shot with. And I have a fifth bonus tip for you. Don't give up. I know it can feel like you want to give up, but you can definitely take breaks. I would definitely take breaks. I took breaks throughout my online dating journey just because I was fed up with the crazy people out there, or because I was in a relationship and I wanted to just pause the online dating. So I took breaks, and this is your life. You're allowed to take a rain check. You're allowed to take breaks. It's perfectly okay. And don't be afraid of just being assertive about what you want. And if you want to take a break, take a break. Just be very clear about what you want, I think, is really the overlying message that I have for you in this online dating. And I hope that this video provided great value for you and that you got some ideas on how to minimize the stress of online dating and what you should be focusing on. And please comment below. I would love to hear from you if you want to share some online dating story that's crazy. I know it's not easy to be in your 40s or older and being out there, putting yourself out there. Kudos to you. Keep on going. You'll find him or her. See you next time.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. See you next time.